All right. Shalom Akim. Start off this lesson. I do want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of great meal from the thoughts of truth, peace, and blessings to the sincere Akim, to the person is truth, and all truth and sincerity around the four corners of the earth. In the Jali, to I say Shalom. It's the brother Yara Ariyah from the Great Millstone Miami camp. And I come back to the spirit power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahshai. The making of the lesson. Okay, and this lesson was inspired by me doing a little read, going into Lazarus and the rich man, and I think if I'm not mistaken, verse 22 or 23 says, those dogs that licked off the sores, and that's talking about the other nations benefiting off of Esau. And when I thought of that, I thought of slavery, man, because as you know, the transatlantic slave trade was a big booster for these nations' economies, man. All right, Jake working for free and building their nations up allowed them to become as successful as they are now. Okay, them being able, to tax Jake or not tax Jake, but make Jake or our people, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, but mostly Judah, the so-called Negroes, to allow them, making them work for free, that benefited their countries, man. Okay, that allowed them to establish, currency, establish their infrastructure, okay, without having to pay, our people, man. And that's what allowed these nations and countries to become so rich, and some families as well to become so rich because they have benefited off of, the slavery, man. And if I'm not mistaken, Chase is one of those companies as well. That to this day still benefits off slavery, man. Okay, it's like a 500-year head start, man. All right. What people say, oh, forget this, forget that. No, man, that cannot be forgot about. These other nations have benefited off of the work of of the Israelites, man. And they're going to have to pay for that. All right. It's not like y'all done benefited all that y'all benefited from and just walk away scot free. No. Okay. Sooner or later they're gonna be having to build up our countries, man. Not our countries, but they're gonna have to be building up our kingdoms for free, man. All right. They're gonna have to be working for us. Okay, bringing us the best of their flock. Okay, giving us the best of their goods, because that's ultimately what Jake did for them. Okay, Jake was in the field picking cotton. Jake was building things, being inventors. All right, for these other nations and for the birth of America, man. All right, that played a big part. Slavery played a very big part in the construction of the United States. Okay, it wasn't something it wasn't something very small. And the Lord ought to understand that we was on punishment. All right, from Yahweh Shemashai from going off. But then again, I understand this too is that these devils did overplay their part. Did more than what they're supposed to do. You know, having Jake work long hours without pay. And even to this day, Jake's still in captivity. You still working. And you barely getting by. All right, now you getting a little bread. But how much more when Jake was in slavery? Okay, when he wasn't getting paid, and you was just working. All right, that's what a lot of these nations to benefit off of slave trade. And I got a, and I got an article proving that as well, man. These things are proven in history. Man, all you gotta do is do a quick Google search, okay, and you will find these points, man. All right. And it said black people in Europe, Africans have visited and lived in Europe, including Britain, and since Roman times. From the 1450s, the Portuguese transported thousands of enslaved Africans to Spain, Portugal, Italy to work as servants for the fields. Okay, so these other nations use Jake in their fields, man. Okay, the work that they didn't want to do, they made our people do, man. All right, in harsh conditions, in the hot sun, no breaks, long hours, you know, having Jake kids working as well. All right, and it says Lisbon, for instance, had a significant African population from the 16th century. Okay, and it says as the transatlantic slave trade developed, ships, captains, and plantation owners brought Africans back to the countries of northern Europe. They sold them to work mainly as domestic servants. Many were children. All right. So when when Jake was coming up, in the times of slavery, you know, it was Esau was picking up Jake when they was young. Okay, to work in those fields, to build up their places for free. All right, building up Esau's economy. Okay, these other nations' economy for free, man. All right, without a paying sight. All right, that's what allowed these nations to be so prosperous now because of the slave labor, man, that they still benefit to this day. All right, and the Lord sees that. All right, and the Lord's not gonna just pass that under the rug. All right, there's going to be a role reversal very soon. This is Jeremiah 50 verse 11. It says, "Because you were glad, because ye rejoiced, all ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye have grown fat as a heifer of grass, and bellows as bulls." And that's right, me, because in these other nations, okay, they wasn't complaining that Jake was going into captivity. All right, they wasn't making the uproar. They wasn't tripping about it. All right, what they was doing, man? They was benefiting from it. Using Jake. All right, and that ultimately proves too that we are scattered. All right, because slave trade didn't only come to America. Okay, it went everywhere, man. All right, and this is another precept too. This is First Maccabees 2, verse 10, and it says, "What nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?" That's right. Hey, and majority of nations have benefited off slavery. All right, they have established their countries off of the free labor of Jake. Our people putting in the work constantly day in and day out, with no rest in harsh conditions. All right, that's what allowed them to have that. All right, you know, so later in the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, we're gonna have these devils working for us, man. All right, they're gonna be the one in the fields. Their kids gonna be the one picking out our vegetables and fruits. All right, working the field for us, man. Because if we did it to them, people say that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That has not happened yet. Okay, who led us into captivity, man? Esau, Edom. Okay, so he's gonna have to go back into captivity. That's the only rightful payment for that, man. We don't want no reparations. We don't want none of that. All right, but this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 7. It says, "Pride is hateful before the Most High, and man, and both does one commit iniquity because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another." That's right, and riches got by deceit and lying. Okay, Esau being the deceitful. Okay, it says unrighteous dealings. All right, injuries. Jake was getting hurt. on the way to America, all right, dying on the ships, defecating on themselves on those ships, harsh conditions, all right. And sooner or later, there's going to be a role reversal. We're gonna be on top. Right now, we got the bottom, but there's not. But that's not gonna last forever. Okay, there's going to be a role reversal. Esau gonna be in them chains, and Jacob gonna be one commanding Esau telling them what to do. All right. Akim. But hey, man. Don't trip about it. Our time is coming. All right, just hold fast, remain diligent. The Lord God is ultimately, man. And Esau sooner or later gonna be in change, man. All right, the Lord gonna put this devil in captivity, and we're gonna be ruling. And they're gonna be taking care of our stuff, man. All right, so, amen. Lord, one you was edified. With that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Shai by Hashem, Kadash. That one star apostle as a great millstone. With that, I want to say shalom.